Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Metafiction. The text is aware that it is a text. All right. So first of all, pretty much every single word I've got from for this PowerPoint is from these guys. So thank you to these guys because it's some great stuff here. All right. So first of all, the idea is that a hypertext is reference to an earlier text. So that's what we've got here. And the lovely idea is that it's a link to the idea of meta theatre that Shakespeare also had in his play The Tempest. Margaret Atwood gives us a play within a novel, and we go from contemporary theatre and political manoeuvring for a job to prison culture and back again, and that's all through using The Tempest, and The Tempest is referred to again and again and again. And one of the really nice things is the characters double as characters from The Tempest, but they also are just normal people in Canadian society. So what we've got the novel, which is these characters. Then we have the link to The Tempest itself. And then we've got the link to the play within the play. So it's kind of cool. Pause that and have a good look. All right. So with Shakespeare in The Tempest, we have Prospero. He's the actor manager. He is maneuvering everybody around the island, and he has complete control because of his magic. And Prospero's farewell to his art in the epilogue also becomes Shakespeare's farewell to the stage. The island is as a magical world, which is a stage. We have poetry, we have song, because of the idea of The Tempest actually being put on in an indoor theatre. We have different lighting and things like that. So it's a text about a text, which is what Margaret Atwood always implies throughout the novel. You're always aware that it is an attempt to recreate another text. Now, the thing about this is that it is artificial because it was a rewriting of a text, but she was asked to rewrite it. So she sort of makes reference to this. She loudly says, this is what I am doing in my book. I know I'm recreating this text, so I'm recreating a recreation of this text. So basically, it's a rewriting of and a comment on The Tempest and its various meanings. Now, she doesn't really look in depth at the idea of colonization or post-colonial look at it, as many people do these days. She's more looking on revenge, the father-daughter relationships, and power through that, and looking at theatre as an art form. We go through the process of a theatre production, and these are all links to either words that are said that link it to The Tempest, but also ideas of how it is a play itself. There's these comments throughout that it is reflecting how we canonically view Shakespeare as this cultural icon. And when Estelle certainly references, why would you do Shakespeare with prisoners? It's as though he is too good and too timeless for what she sees as these outsiders or these others. So we have Felix, who does represent Prospero. He's this guy. He is the artistic director. He creates worlds on a stage. And the Makeshwig festival is kind of beautiful, and even though we see him as going sort of insane and having glitters and capes of stuffed toys and canes and things like that, it's where he's in control. It's as he says, it's his island, but he is the manager of the play. So have a look at that. You can pause that to have a little look at that. All right, but we've got all the stuff in there that links it together. All right, so in terms of Atwood and her representation of Caliban as the other, Okay, so first of all, we have the title of the novel being Hagseed. Okay, but her not actually just portraying one character as Caliban, which is really interesting what she's done. But this point here is just fantastic. The complexity that stems from the contrast between brutality. Okay, so we have crime and scheming and sensibility. All right, so when you have a look at Caliban, he's seen as monstrous, as a slave. There's the implication that he attempted to rape Miranda, but then we have his use of poetic language and you know, his sense of beauty and wonderment at the island. Okay, which we do see that in the prisoners when initially all the people see them as poor and very different and brutal, and they will take any time they have to just kill you. You know, then they get forgiven basically, and we see the goodness in them. Okay, I'll leave that there. You can pause and read through. The intertextuality is with the words of the text themselves, okay, and that idea of language being used in both texts, the same words to give us the same meaning, and also the structure of the novel being very similar to that of the play. All right, and basically in closing, this is just beautiful. All right, thank you.